Life has a way of teaching us lessons the hard way. The truth isn't always gentle. It does not politely. Sometimes it crashes into us when we least expect it. But here's the thing. The truths that hurt the most, they're the very ones that set us free. Most people avoid them. They hide behind distractions, comfort, and excuses. And I get it. Facing reality can feel like standing in front of a storm with no shelter. But here you are, ready to listen, ready to grow. Let me ask you, are you truly happy? Or do you feel like something is missing? Like life didn't turn out the way you imagined? Maybe you followed the rules, done everything right. Yet deep down, there's this quiet voice whispering, is this it? The problem isn't the world. It isn't your past. It's the way you see things. Happiness doesn't come from running away from the hard truths. It comes from embracing them. So today, we're stripping away the illusions. No fluff, no sugarcoating. Just 5 harsh truths that can change your life forever if you're brave enough to accept them. 1, you are not that important, and that's a good thing. Take a deep breath. Let this one sink in. The universe doesn't revolve around you. And before your ego gets offended, let me explain why this is actually a relief. We grow up hearing how special we are, how we're meant for greatness. But the truth is, most of us are just regular people trying to figure things out. And that's okay. Think about this. You spend so much time worrying about what people think of you, the awkward moments, the small mistakes. But here's the secret. They aren't thinking about you as much as you think. Your co-worker isn't replaying that thing you said in the meeting. That person at the gym isn't judging how much weight you lift. Everyone is too caught up in their own world. The moment you stop worrying about being important, you set yourself free. Free to take risks. Free to be yourself. Free to chase what actually matters. Ironically, when you stop trying to impress the world, you create a life that truly means something. 2, life is not fair, and it never will be. If life were fair, the hardest workers would always win. The kindest people wouldn't suffer. Every dreamer would get their shot. But life doesn't play by those rules. You've seen it. The person who cuts corners gets a promotion. The one who lies gets ahead. It's frustrating, isn't it? But listen, wasting energy on what's fair won't change reality. What will? Adapting, learning, pushing forward anyway. Picture this. A storm destroys everything in its path. Do you stand there screaming at the sky? Or do you start rebuilding? That's life. It doesn't wait for fairness. It rewards those who keep moving. So, instead of asking, why is this happening to me? Ask, what can I do about it? That shift in mindset, it changes everything. The 5 hard truths no one wants to hear. You want to be happy? You want peace? Then listen up. Because I'm about to tell you 5 things no one wants to admit. These truths, they aren't easy. But once you accept them, life gets lighter. Most people spend their whole lives running from failure, from discomfort, from reality. But here's the thing. You can't outrun truth. It always catches up. So, instead of running, let's face it head on. These 5 truths might sting, but if you take them to heart, they'll change your life forever. 1, no one is coming to save you. Read that again. No one is coming to fix your life for you. Not your parents. Not your boss. Not some miracle. If you want a better life, you have to build it. Yes, life is hard. Yes, bad things happen. But sitting around, waiting for someone else to solve your problems, that's a waste of time. You are the hero of your own story. No one is going to do the work for you. And that's a good thing. Because once you realize you have the power to change your life, nothing can stop you. 2, you can't control everything, but you can control yourself. The world is messy. People are unpredictable. You can't control how life treats you, but you can control how you respond. You can choose to be bitter or better. You can choose to let failures break you or build you. Life isn't about what happens to you. It's about what you do with what happens to you. 3, comfort is a trap. If you're too comfortable, you're not growing. Growth hurts. Change feels scary. But every single person who has ever achieved something great, they stepped into discomfort. They did the hard things. They failed, learned, and kept going. Want a better life? Stop choosing easy. Start choosing better. Hey, if you're enjoying the video so far, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. It really helps out the channel and lets you know when I upload more content like this. Now, let's get back to the video. For nobody owes you anything. Not success, not happiness, not a perfect life. It's easy to think, I deserve this or life should be easier. But life doesn't work that way. The faster you stop expecting the world to hand you things, the faster you'll start working for them. And guess what? That makes victory even sweeter. 5. Your time is running out. One day, your story will end. The question is, how will you have lived it? Will you look back and see excuses, regrets, or will you see risks taken, dreams chased, a life truly lived? You don't have forever. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. Start now. Final thoughts. These truths, they're not meant to tear you down. They're meant to wake you up. Yes, life is tough. Yes, reality can be harsh. But once you stop resisting the truth, you take back your power. So, what will you do with these truths? Ignore them or use them to create the life you actually want? The choice is yours. 5 harsh truths that will set you free. Life doesn't always hand us the lessons we want. Sometimes, the truths that change us the most come wrapped in the hardest moments. The problem is, most people don't want to hear the truth. It's easier to believe comfortable lies than to face reality. But here's the thing, happiness isn't found in avoiding the truth. It's found in embracing it. So ask yourself, are you truly happy? Or is there a small voice inside that whispers, something is missing? We spend so much time trying to control life, trying to make sure we fit in, trying to avoid pain. But the key to real happiness isn't in avoiding reality, it's in facing it. Today, we're stripping away the illusions. No sugarcoating, no fluff, just real truths that, if you accept them, can change your life. These truths might be hard to hear, but they will set you free. Are you ready? Let's begin. Truth number 1, you are not that important, and that's a good thing. Take a deep breath. This might sting a little. The world does not revolve around you. Now, before your ego jumps in and tells you otherwise, hear me out. Society teaches us that we're all special, that we should be the center of attention, that we're always being watched, judged, or evaluated. But the truth? Most people are too busy worrying about themselves to be thinking about you. Think about the last time you tripped in public. You were embarrassed, right? But how many people do you think actually remembered? Probably none. Because while you were panicking about looking stupid, they were thinking about their own worries. This realization can either hurt you or free you. If you accept that people aren't constantly judging you, then you're free. Free to take risks, free to fail, free to be yourself without worrying about what others think. When you stop trying to be important to everyone, you make room for the things that truly matter. Ironically, this is how you build a life that is meaningful, not by demanding importance, but by living with purpose. Truth number 2, life isn't fair, but that's not an excuse. If life were fair, good people would never struggle, hard work would always pay off, and love would never hurt. But life isn't fair. It never has been. You could work harder than everyone else and still not get what you want. You could be the kindest person in the world and still get hurt. At some point, you will face injustice. You will see people get things they don't deserve. You will work hard for something and watch it go to someone else. And you have 2 choices. And you have 2 choices. 1, sit around complaining, waiting for life to be fair. 2, accept reality, adapt, and move forward. Successful people don't waste time whining about what's unfair. They adjust, they pivot, they figure out how to win despite the odds. Imagine a storm tears through a town, destroying everything. Do you sit in the rubble crying? Or do you start rebuilding? When you stop expecting life to be fair, you gain the power to change what you can and let go of what you can't. Life may not be fair, but it can still be beautiful. Truth number 3, not everyone will like you, and that's okay. Have you ever tried to make everyone happy? It's exhausting. No matter how kind, funny, or generous you are, some people just won't like you, and that's perfectly fine. Think about it. Do you like every single person you meet? Of course not. Some people just don't click. Trying to please everyone is a losing game. The more you try to fit in, the more you lose yourself. So stop wasting time trying to be liked by everyone. Instead, focus on the people who truly matter, the ones who accept you for who you are. Your people are out there, but you'll never find them if you spend all your time chasing approval from the wrong crowd. Let go of the need to be liked by everyone, and you'll finally have the space to be yourself. Truth number 4, you are the only one responsible for your life. No one is coming to save you. It's a hard truth, but it's also the most empowering one. Where you are today is a result of your choices. Sure, life throws challenges your way, but at the end of the day, your life is in your hands. Blaming others, making excuses, and waiting for luck won't get you anywhere. If you want to be happier, change your habits. If you want to be healthier, start moving. If you want to be successful, put in the work. No one else can do it for you. The moment you stop waiting for someone to fix your life and take full responsibility, you become unstoppable. Truth number 5, comfort is the enemy of growth. Most people live their lives avoiding discomfort. They stay in jobs they hate, relationships that don't fulfill them, and routines that make them miserable because it's comfortable. But growth doesn't happen in comfort. Think about when you were a kid learning to ride a bike. It was scary. You fell. It hurt. But you kept going, and eventually you got it. That's how life works. If you want to grow, you have to be willing to be uncomfortable. You have to face rejection, take risks, and step outside of what feels safe. Every great thing in life is on the other side of discomfort. So don't settle for a life that's just comfortable. Push yourself. Try new things. Chase your dreams. Because when you embrace discomfort, you unlock your full potential. Final thoughts. These 5 truths aren't easy to accept, but if you do, they will change your life. 1, you are not that important, so be free. 2, life isn't fair, so adapt and grow. 3, not everyone will like you, so stop trying to please everyone. 4, you are responsible for your own life, so take control. 5, comfort is the enemy of growth, so push yourself. Happiness doesn't come from ignoring reality. It comes from accepting it, adapting to it, and using it to become stronger. So take these truths, apply them, live by them, and watch how your life transforms. Call to action. If this message hit home, share it with someone who needs to hear it. And if you're ready to take control of your life, start today, one step at a time. You've got this. The 2 choices that will change your life. Why this message matters. Life doesn't wait for you. It doesn't pause when you feel overwhelmed. It doesn't slow down when you're scared. Change happens whether you're ready or not. And happiness, that's not something life gives you. It's something you decide for yourself. Most people spend their days running from change and waiting for happiness to magically appear. But what if I told you that the secret to a better life comes down to just 2 choices? 1, will you fight change or will you embrace it? 2, will you wait for happiness or will you choose it? Your answers to these 2 questions will determine everything. Your success, your relationships, your peace of mind. So let's talk about it. Part 1. Change is inevitable. Will you fight it or embrace it? Imagine this. You wake up one morning and everything is exactly the same. The same people, the same problems, the same routines. Sounds safe, right? Now, imagine waking up every morning to that same day, over and over. No growth, no learning, no surprises. That's not safety, that's a prison. Yet, most people spend their lives clinging to the familiar, terrified of what change might bring. They stay in jobs they hate, relationships that don't fulfill them, and mindsets that hold them back, all because the unknown seems scarier than their current misery. But here's the truth. Change is coming, whether you like it or not. It won't knock politely. It will crash through your life, uninvited, flipping everything upside down. Some changes will be exciting, like getting a new opportunity or meeting someone special. Others will feel like a storm, like losing a job, going through a breakup, or facing an unexpected challenge. Most people fight change. They resist it, deny it, try to hold back the tide with their bare hands. But that only makes it more painful. Fighting change is like trying to stop a river from flowing. You can't, but you can do something even more powerful. You can ride the wave. Instead of fighting, lean in, learn from it, let it shape you, let it take you places you never would have gone on your own. Every great thing in life starts with change. The caterpillar doesn't want to leave its cocoon, but without change, it never flies. The seed doesn't want to break apart in the soil, but without change, it never grows into a tree. You don't want to leave your comfort zone, but without change, you will never become the person you were meant to be. So the question is, are you willing to let go of what's familiar to reach something greater? Because if you are, change won't feel like an enemy anymore. It will feel like a doorway to the life you've been waiting for. Part 2. Happiness is a choice. Will you wait for it or create it? Now, let's talk about the second choice. Most people think happiness is something you find, like it's hidden somewhere, waiting for you to stumble across it. Wrong. Happiness is not something you find. It's something you create. Let me ask you this. Have you ever met someone who seemed to have everything? Money, success, a great family, but they were miserable? And have you met someone who had almost nothing, yet they radiated joy? Why is that? Because happiness has nothing to do with what you have, and everything to do with how you see the world. Imagine two people standing in the rain. One curses the sky, complains, and gets angry. The other lifts their face to the clouds and enjoys the feeling of cool raindrops on their skin. Same rain, different mindset. Happiness works the same way. It's not about avoiding struggles or pretending everything is perfect. It's about choosing to find something good, even when things are hard. It's about looking for the silver lining, even when the sky is dark. It's about deciding that even though life isn't always fair, you can still find moments of joy, gratitude, and purpose. How to choose happiness, even when it's hard. I know what you're thinking. That sounds nice, but how do I actually do it? Here's how. 1. Focus on what you can control. You can't control the economy. You can't control what other people do, but you can control your attitude, your habits, and your choices. Focus on what's in your power. 2. Practice gratitude. Every single day, write down 3 things you're grateful for. It rewires your brain to see the good, even in difficult times. 3. Surround yourself with positive people. Negativity is contagious. So is positivity. Choose your company wisely. 4. Find purpose in your struggles. Every hard thing you've been through has taught you something. Instead of asking, why is this happening to me? Ask, what is this teaching me? 5. Take action toward the life you want. Happiness isn't just a feeling. It's a practice. Work on yourself. Set goals. Take steps, even small ones, toward a life that excites you. Final thoughts. The 2 choices that will shape your life. By now, you know the truth. You have 2 choices. 1, will you fight change or will you embrace it? 2, will you wait for happiness or will you choose it? These 2 decisions will shape your future. Most people live their whole lives avoiding change and waiting for happiness. They end up bitter, stuck, and full of regret. But you don't have to be like them. You can embrace change instead of fearing it. You can choose happiness instead of waiting for it. And if you do, you'll wake up one day and realize that you're not just existing, you're truly living. Call to action. What's your choice? If this message spoke to you, don't just listen, act. If you're resisting change, take 1 step outside your comfort zone today. If you're waiting for happiness, find 1 small moment of gratitude right now. And if this message inspired you, share it. Someone out there needs to hear this today. Because the truth is, the life you want is on the other side of these 2 choices. So what will you choose? Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button so you never miss an update. Also, turn on notifications by clicking the bell icon. See you in the next one.